All right, we're back for just a minute. And I forgot to mention, by the way, that number one, this just worked great. You got the little 14, where it says 14 there. You put these things in, right in there, crimp it down, right, the skinny part there, and your wire's in there, and then you use the gun to heat shrink it. I just did that right here. I made these where the connector has to go inside. I found out when cutting it with my wire cutters that, hey, these are live wires. So when I cut both of them at the same time like this, created a spark. A little bit dangerous. You do not want even 12-volt system wires like this touching each other. They will get extremely hot very fast. They will cause a fire. Found that out the other day when I was trying to test my light system on my trailer where one of the lights wasn't working. And hey, guess what? One great thing is you can use these batteries. This is just your standard 12-volt battery out of a drill. And we'll notice they say minus, neutral, positive, B1, B2. You can use these to test a lot of your 12-volt components and even work things in your trailer to make sure that they're working okay. I remember one time I tested, well, it's got a cover, but there's a bathroom fan under there and it wouldn't work. And I used one of these to test to make sure the motor was still running, which it was, because the motors are about $70, which is ridiculous. But that's what it was. But as soon as I figured out that the motor was fine, there was another issue. Turns out the trailer was brand new to us, and there's actually a button to operate the bath fan. So if you don't have that button pushed, your bath fan won't work no matter what you do. Sometimes it's easier to look at the easy things first, but whatever. So I've seen these used, by the way. If you take a wire, like a 14 gauge wire, like most of these are, put one of these on the end, and then you hook it into here, get a nice secure connection. Now you can use the two wires coming out of here to test various things in your trailer. I've seen people use these to operate the Schwintek slide motors. If one of the wires came loose, they actually used 12-volt battery and some wires to get the motor to work without the controls from the motorhome or your trailer, whatever you're using. So I'm actually finding these to be pretty useful. But the other day I didn't have these, they hadn't come in yet, so I was just putting two wires in there and they kept getting all squirrely, and when they touched each other they would start sparking. So yeah, it can be a very dangerous situation, which is why I didn't want to put this kind of end on those two wires, because those might actually one day be set back in the camper, and I don't want them to be able to accidentally touch each other. There's no way they're touching each other like this. So sometimes you kind of have to plan ahead for when if I ever do remove these wires and they're going to be tucked back there. We do not want them sparking as the motorhome vibrates. They are going to touch and that's pretty much all it takes. So all right, just wanted to show you that, and we'll be back again.